We've all heard of startups that are trying to fill a big gap or a need in the market. Startups that are trying to make our daily tasks easy, simple and convenient. But on Unicorn, we found one startup that is empowering big organizations with the right tools to enable better and faster decision making. This is VizExperts, almost a pioneer in its field. And they want to make decision making faster, easier and more transparent, all with the power of data. And they're even protecting our borders. We'll tell you how.
There are those who risk their lives and battle with dangers as yet unforeseen. Those who walk across unknown terrain and strange lands to guard our borders. And now, one idea, one startup is helping these brave men visualize all terrains and help them plan the riskiest of operations.
In Janmashtami, we used to make jhankis as children. We used to model these mountains, we used to model rivers, roads and all that to make it look like a real world. Our police forces, our army and our defense forces, they use a very similar technique to model their area of operation. When they are going off to have a fight, they need to be prepared whether there is a river there that they have to cross or whether there is a hill from which the enemy can fire.
This technologist turned entrepreneur, the founder and CEO of VizExperts, has several accolades to his name, but what interests us the most is his expertise in turnkey solutions, virtual reality, 3D visualization and advanced computing. Meet Praveen Bhani Ramka, who comes with plenty of experience in the scalable visualization industry. This founder has bootstrapped his venture right from its inception and isn't shy in vociferously announcing the consistent growth of VizExperts. But before we understand his strategy, we want to know: can VizExperts provide key solutions in areas of defense? Does VizExperts have a sustainable revenue model to grow and scale up? Can a startup that relies on data help in making crucial decisions for large organizations in both private and public sector?
People have had data for amazing number of years, but they have never been able to make use of it. So we take all of that data into this 3D platform and convert it into a decision-making platform.
Using data for crucial decision-making. Now, we've heard this story before, but it's the implementation of data and decision-making provided by this startup that has us stumped. VizExperts is a technology leader in the visual computing field and develops solutions that simplify complex heaps of data and enable big organizations make bigger decisions. The experts of VizExperts provide services across system modeling, simulation, 3D visualization, and of course, virtual reality.
We have these satellites moving around in orbits above the Earth who take pictures of the Earth, and all of that data comes in to model a real world scenario, to model exactly how things are on the ground, and then we can do operational planning on top of it.
What has us excited is one special innovation, the digital sand model technology pioneered by VizExperts that has been deployed by the Indian Army, paramilitary and special forces for operation planning, mission briefing and training. The solution includes audiovisual hardware, the DSM software and interaction devices which have helped in 3D visualization of all terrains, including urban, rural, mountainous and desert areas for operation planning and 3D scenario creation for mission briefing. This includes a walkthrough of operational area, animated 3D models depicting unit movement and event depiction. Who uses these, you wonder? The Border Security Force.
In BSF, one of the charters of the project was to build a single database for all of Border Security Force assets. Now you can imagine BSF has a border which is more than 3,000 kilometers is what they are manning. So to be able to put all of that data on one digital platform was a very, very difficult and challenging task. So what we did was we worked with the field forces of the Border Security Force, and they were responsible for bringing data from the various battalions that we then integrated in the ops room, so that the force commanders of BSF have a single integrated database in their ops room, which is completely validated and processed by their team.
Now we have to admit, the technology of VizExperts and its application is quite mind-boggling and has implication for different industries. But we want to understand a little more about the operations of this very technical startup and of course, ask, how does it rake in the moolah?
Can VizExperts provide key solutions in the areas of defense?
Very much, and that's what we've been doing from years to years. We have customers in Army, paramilitary and police. You might have heard about the Border Security Force project that we did, and it's been giving us a lot of great visibility in terms of what the company and the product can do.
Now, can a startup that relies on data help in making crucial decisions for large organizations, both in the private and the public sector?
Well, very much. A company like ours has been, I think, the need of the day for years altogether. If you see the amount of data that's being produced today, it's enormous. And I don't think anybody has a solution to be able to use that data into proper, meaningful decisions. And that's what the data acquisition is all about. If you cannot make decision, that data is as good as garbage. What we have done as a company is developed expertise in taking large amounts of data, converting that into visual representations, and then let experts make the decisions from them.
So how will this work in the private sector, for example?
In the private sector, there is a lot of applications. One of the key applications that we are targeting potentially is telecommunications. Telecommunication industry, as you know, it's a very, very competitive industry, and they need to optimize their resources every day in order to reduce costs. Geospatial visualization, 3D techniques, simulation techniques are ways of making sure that they are able to do this.
So you do have access to a lot of high profile and sensitive data. How do you ensure that it always stays safe and stays in the right hands?
VizExperts is extremely sensitive about managing customer data. The first thing that we make sure is that none of our employees ever have access to the data. All the data specific things that are done is always happening at the customer site. And our people have very clear-cut security guidelines that they follow. The only thing that we do as a company within our premises is develop the software and make sure that is delivered to the customer. Any data specific things, our employees are not allowed to come back. So there are no pen drives, there is no access to internet. And these are similar guidelines that all our customers follow and want us to follow.
Do you think VizExperts has a sustainable revenue model for you to grow and really scale up?
Definitely. VizExperts as a company has worked multiple years to build this beautiful technology platform. We have been doubling our customers year on year, like I mentioned, and now we are getting to a point where our product G-Orbis, the 3D GIS platform, is available as a COTS product that customers can just go off the shelf and buy. And that's going to be a big, big revenue thing for us. Apart from that, we have a services team which does systems integrations. So if you look at again the border security, for example, the complete ops room was done by our team. So along with the software, which is our intellectual property, we actually bring in some third-party components that gets integrated and given to customers.